What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. That's some high quality H2O. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 4th of May today. Here we are at about $95,777 is what it was a second ago. 22 hours, 18 minutes left in the day right now. We closed yesterday down about 1%, and with that, that was a bearish engulfing candle there. It does seem as though we have lower to go. This does seem to be the beginning of a corrective phase for Bitcoin. My thoughts are this, right? We consolidated here for about 10 days. Then on the 10th day, we moved up. We consolidated here for 10 days. About the 10th day, we moved up, but we didn't carry on. No volume came through. Volume died off as we were moving higher. We were decaying. We've been in the overbought zone now for weeks, and we haven't, sure, this first run up was nice, but ever since then, right, we even bounced off of the overbought zone, and we didn't get anywhere. We didn't get anywhere at all. All we got was bearish divergence, and that's I think what we're coming to fulfill, right? Yesterday's red close does confirm that this is bearish divergence. You have lower highs with higher highs, so that would at least call for a move down to about $84,500. But likely we pull back further. I think that we will pull back down to $88,000. There's a couple of scenarios that are at play here, and if we don't pull to 88,000, it's very possible we stay in this range. But if we were to stay in this range, we would be consolidating for about another week or more and then break out later, right? We might see some kind of phase like that. Maybe we have an overall diamond top kind of pattern. Maybe we're just in a horizontal box like this. I'm not drawing it the best, but you kind of get the picture, right? Maybe this is just a resistance point. This is a support point for the next week. Who knows how we do it? Whatever it takes to get these indicators to cool off and get reset so that we can start building higher. That's what I think it's going to take before we move up higher. I thought we were ready. I thought that we were ready to see prices above 100K here, and this day, not yesterday, not Saturday, but Friday was the day that made me reconsider that, right? And ever since then, I feel like the case to be made for the downside has only gotten stronger. So looking at the daily RSI here, yesterday's close did get us out of the overbought zone. When you bounce off the overbought zone and you go higher like this, you expect to get good things. This is rather pathetic compared to like what you should be seeing here. So the fact that it was pathetic, the fact that no volume came in, you're not ready to go higher now, so you're going to go lower. That's just kind of my thoughts there. The $38,000 level, or not $38,000, $88,000 level from a low to a high, the 382 right here. That's why I might have said 38,000, because it's like the 382, 88,000. It's the 382. It's a very common level to find support on, especially when working your way higher, is the 382. I didn't draw that the best, but something like that, right? It's very, very common. Not only that, it's absurdly common to back test prior areas of resistance before moving higher as well, prior areas of support as well, a little bit of turbulence back here. It would make a lot of sense to pull down there, and I think that that's what we're going to do over the coming days. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. What we're looking for is a rather fast pace. I don't want this to be some slow, drawn-out process, right? I mean, we could take weeks to do this, we could take a month to do this, or we could just get it over with and then rip to the upside, right? I hope that it's something quick. You know, a move of this magnitude, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but a move from that high to like something around this low here. A move of this magnitude is not something that's totally crazy, right? From a high to a low here, if I get it lined up right there with that high, kind of right there. You know, we did go a little bit lower on this wick, but overall, like that first move, that initial phase was about this size. Here, this move here, it was the white line that I've drawn, the potential move that we're assuming is going to happen. It's a little bit bigger than what this pullback was right here. If we look here, this one, same thing. It's a little bit bigger than that pullback there. Pretty damn standard here. If we go to this one here, basically the same move. We go here, this pullback overall was a little bit bigger, but the initial pullback was basically that move. All I'm trying to say is what we're asking for, first off, very standard procedure with the fibs, okay? From a low to a high, it's absurdly common to pull back to your 382 and bounce from there. Or even if you don't bounce from there, you just check there, find some resistance on a path that takes you lower, you know, whatever. But it's an area that you normally do interact with and find support on, at least on the first attempt. Beyond that, prior resistance could become support. That's very classic as well. Prior support could become support. Very good chart structure there. And of course, it's a standard move. It's what we've seen really throughout this whole cycle as far as pullbacks go. I'm hoping that we get something that's quicker because, again, getting here is not the problem, right? It's how long is it going to take. If we get here in a week, cool, we're done with it. We get there in a month, that takes away a lot of bullish momentum, and that can cause some fear and uncertainty and doubt, and that could be a problem, right? That pushes everything, all these upside targets that we're looking for, that pushes it back. So the longer that we dilly-dally, the longer that we have to wait for glory and riches. Let's not wait too long, man. Rip it off like a Band-Aid. Shake these people out. Get these paper hands out of here, man. Give us an opportunity to buy. The strong hands an opportunity to load up. I'm sorry, hold on. The strong hands an opportunity to load up and send us to the moon, baby. That's what we're going to go. Inevitably, in a very, very short amount of time, whether it's days from now, weeks from now, whatever, certainly by the end of this month, we will be at new all-time highs. And I'm anticipating that by the end of the month of May, we will be at prices that are somewhere around $130,000 to $140,000. I'm leaning toward the 140K area, but if we're closer to 130, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. That's the expectation by the end of the month. So do what you got to do it fast, and then recover just as fast, if not faster, right? That's what we want to see. Really, what it comes down to is your RSI indicator and other indicators are a little bit hot right now. They need to cool off. Some indicators are already cooling off. They're in the process, and I think if we can just build this down, if we can see the price either move down fast or take a week, maybe a week and a half, to kind of consolidate this area too, give it some time to cool off on the indicators, then we don't need to pull back. But whether it's through time or whether it's through price, we're going to get some kind of a correction here over the coming days and perhaps even over the coming week. Looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, at least that's my expectation. Looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, we did reject the overbought zone here. We're getting lower lows in the RSI is what it looks like. We do have higher lows in the price, and that is a good thing. That is hidden bullish divergence, but hidden bullish divergence isn't the strongest form of divergence out there. And I'm not completely convinced that it'll hold us up here. I think that we will. Today will probably be a big day to the downside. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't mean like a huge day, but a little bit bigger than 1%. Ultimately, I do believe we're going down to $88,000. If we take a relative low here, maybe I should take this relative low to the relative high. Let's see if we get any extensions that line up with that. $90,000 there, 88.666. At the 1886. You know what? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but guys, if anybody's out there using the fibs, what I've noticed recently, I've noticed a lot of things finding resistance and support at their 1886 areas. Like a lot of things have been doing this. And I don't know what the point of that is, why that is, but I feel like sometimes you just notice a trend in the fibs in various niche spaces or sectors of like the markets, right? And for crypto, it seems that the 886 is an area that a lot of things have been finding support at, and the relative 382s. You know, this 382 right here is right there in that. So it would just make a lot of sense beyond the commonalities of what a lot of coins are doing. Beyond that, it would just make a lot of sense to go down here because it is your last resistance point. 4-hour RSI rejecting the overbought zone, not looking good. Not building volume as you're going higher. You're not building volume as you're going lower yet, but you haven't really broken out. You're getting to the point where you are getting ready to break out. If and when we do see prices below about, what is that, $95,000, when we get below there, I would expect we see volume picking up and probably to the downside. So that's my expectation there. If we don't see volume picking up as we're moving down, that might be encouraging. That might mean that we are, in fact, just going to consolidate here. It'll be a trial by time instead of a trial by fire, if you get what I'm saying. So let's look at the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour RSI chilling, looking like it wants to go down. Here's that volume picking up, right? Can't see it as much on the 4-hour, but the 1-hour, yeah. Volume's picking up as you're going down to the downside, getting oversold. We're about to drop, guys. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I think right now, sitting at 95.7K, we are actually about to drop. It's coming right now. Like before, by the time you watch this, I would bet that we're at lower prices. But if it's like 4 hours after you watch this, I bet we're at lower prices. By the end of the day, I bet we're at lower prices. That's my expectation. The week right now is up 2%. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if this week came down and closed red, man. We got 22 hours left. If it doesn't close red, we'll get some kind of doji, some kind of neutral look. But we'll back test. We'll come down here, check back, and then inevitably move up higher. And that's the expectation. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say, so we'll probably just leave it there. Let's look at a couple other indicators real quick, and then we'll end this video up, okay? We're going to keep the RSI. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of the MFI. We'll get rid of the LRO. It's not really useful on longer terms. It's just shorter term stuff that it's better for. We'll get this on there. There we go. Okay. The MACD is looking good, actually. Looking good. Postured, man. Bouncing off the zeros. Nice. Postured well. You might get, I don't know here. We'll see what we get. We might get some bearish building as far as momentum goes over the next couple of weeks, but or at least the next week, but maybe not. We'll see. It just depends on how we recover, right? If it's fast, if we go down fast and we come up fast, then never mind. But if it's a slow drawn out process, this could be actually problematic. I'm not gonna lie. The weekly stochastics look really good actually, pointed upwards. This would suggest we have higher to go, and the weekly RSI also suggests that we have higher to go. Daily time frame. Let's look at the 3 days, because sometimes the 3 days it sees things that other things don't see. Still building momentum. Will probably die off. You're getting around the zero there on your orange line. You'll probably stall for a little bit, like a week or so. Yeah, 3 day stochastics is overbought. You could come down a little bit, and then the 3 day RSI looks great, but again, you could still find resistance here. You found resistance here before and before. It definitely could happen. What about the daily time frame? Stochastics have been overbought for a while. RSI has been overbought for a while. Looking like you're about to get a bearish cross on your MACD. Yeah, probably going lower over the coming days. So it's just the same thing that we've been talking about throughout this whole video and over the past couple days, right? Coming days are going to be bearish. Coming weeks are going to be bullish. Coming months are going to be bullish. But just for the short term, we're going to take a little bit of a pullback. My guess is one of two things, right? We're either going to pull back here, find support at $88,000 or around there, 88, 90, 85, whatever, something in that area, or if we haven't moved and it's been like a week, then likely we don't need to pull back. We don't need to go lower. We're getting ready to rip higher. But trial by time or trial by fire, that's what we have here. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.